So today I'm going to explain about the applied performance practices here and what will be the learning objective, and I'm just going to discuss the meaning of money and identify the several individual term and team and organizational level performance based rewards, and describe a 5 way to improve the reward effectiveness, advantage disadvantage of job specialization, and a diagram that job practices model, and describe the 3 way to improve the employee motivation through the job design, and define the psychological empowerment and identify the strategies that support that empowerment. Describe the 5 elements of self-leadership and identify specific personal and work environment influences on self-leadership. Applied performance practices at Nurse Next Door. This is the name of the company, which is a Vancouver-based organization that has thrived through the period of hyper growth. So very good growth. This is only because of applying job enrichment, empowerment, and self-leadership. The job enrichment means the job is designed to have interesting and challenging tasks which require more skill and can increase pay. That is the job enrichment. Means the job is designed in such a way that people try to do something innovative. They are try to accept the challenges in the job, and job should be so interesting so that the people don't get bored here. Empowerment, if we talk about, it means you grant your employee that some authority to make some decision independently, and self leadership in practice. So this is the name of the website. It's www.nursenextdoor.com. So this is what, like, this is the website which helps the people, and just this is totally related to uh, caregiver services. Sorry. So if you would like to find someone like who will be caring your, like, maybe father or mother or mom, dad, and you or your loved one with the perfect caregiver, this is the one site. So now, what is the meaning of money at work? Money is a very important part. All right, it's not everything, but it's a very important and integral part of each and every organization, and also each and every person in the world. Money and other financial rewards are form of exchange in return for employees' labor, skills, and employees' knowledge. So whatever the knowledge and experience that you have, skills that you have, accordingly that you will be paid. You will be paid in the monetary term, or you will be paid in the non-monetary term, both. But that will be a form of exchange and relates to needs and self-concept, generate emotions. It's a symbol of achievement and status. If you are highly paid, like you say, oh, you are promoted, right? So you have some achievement, you have some status in the society, maybe because of the money that you have, a source of enhanced or reduced anxiety. If we talk about the money ethics, money perceived as not evil is a symbol of achievement, symbol of respect and power, and something of value to be budgeted. If meaning of money differs between men and women, for men, money will be valued and symbol as a power or a status. They want to invest more, they want to earn more, right? For women, that they just want to do the normal things, and that can be that can consider for them as exchange of things or values. Money of Meaning of money varies across cultures. So some people they believe in the value of saving, and some people believe that there is no need to save money. There is like we should spend whatever that we earn in a week. And why to save money? There is no reason to save money. Some people think like that, but other people think, no, we want to save this money for our future. We want to buy one thing, another thing, one car, big car, small house, and big house. Like we want that one. We need more and more money, right? Some other thing people think, I don't need number of things. Whatever that I'm earning, I am ready to spend. I want to live my life to the fullest. Different meaning, different people, and money motivates more than previously believed. I mean, higher performance with a higher paycheck affect self-concept evaluation. Membership seniority based rewards. Sometimes, if we talk about the rewards, there's some membership and seniority based rewards means fixed wages, seniority based rewards, some promotions. There are some advantages and disadvantages of these. Advantages is guaranteed wages may attract job applicants. It means irrespective of the number of hours, that if you are getting some fixed salary, right, then that definitely more and more people will apply for that job. So that is a one advantage. The second is minimize the stress for financial insecurities. Stress will be reduced or minimized because the job is secure. You will be having guaranteed number of hours. You will be having a fixed salary, right? And seniority based reward reduce turnover. Whenever you are working in one organization for the long period of time, right, it means there is a low turnover. You are secure, your boss will never let you go, right? And they will give you some seniority positions from the assistant manager to the manager to the directors. A disadvantage of this seniority based reward membership do not directly motivate job performance. Some people will have, like, so I'm getting this much of money, fixed salary, so job performance, there will be less motivation for the performance. Saying, I'm not going to put more efforts. If I put more efforts, I'll get same money. If I put less efforts, even then I'll get same money. Why to do that? Discourage that poor performer from leaving. So poor performance are there, they are not going to leave the organization because they will be less paid if they leave this organization into the new organization. May act as a golden handcuff. It's a golden handcuff, right? Discourage employees from quitting. So these are the disadvantages of this. Now, if we talk about the job status based reward, that was the seniority based reward. Now, job status based rewards that include job evaluation by measuring the required skill, efforts, responsibility, and working conditions. So, job evaluation and status perks, company car, club membership, right? Free lunch, babysitters, right? So facility for the women, they have a small baby that they can accommodate and provide some residential facility during the job time. That can be also status perks. Higher pay for employees in job with higher worth or status. Advantage will be job evaluation, more pay fairness, and less pay discrimination. Motivate competition for promotion. No doubt, if they are saying, in I will be getting this time, I will be getting a car from the company, the free of cost. If I am going to achieve this target, that car will belong to the company, but I will be using that car as well as the gas. The both things there will be given by the company. So in this case, what will happen? So employee will try to put their maximum efforts. That person will put their 100% and innovative, right? So because in the pursuit of getting these benefits, so that is the job evaluation and status perks, means job status based rewards. Disadvantage will be encourage a bureaucratic hierarchy and in reinforce status versus egalitarian culture. Egalitarian culture means that principle that all people are equal and deserve equal rights and opportunity. So disadvantage will be that someone is getting a very high salary, other one is getting very low salary. That is the discrimination. This will create some discrimination that may be indirect form of a disadvantage. Employees exaggerate duties and hoard resources. Some of the resources they will stop, they will hold it, right? So that can be the disadvantages. Competency based reward. So competency based reward means that they will be pay and skill based pay. More skill, more wages. Less skill, less wages. So competency based reward means I have some advantage and disadvantage. Advantage is a motivator learning new skills, and multi-skilled persons will be there in the organization, and flexible adaptive employees that you will find, higher product and services quality. More skill that you will show, more you will get. Disadvantage, over designed. Sometimes one person having a different duties and responsibilities and skills. Lots of skills are there, right? You can say jack of all, master of none. That can be also a problematic for the organization, and potentially that should be subjective. And so competency based pay and skill based pay have advantage and disadvantage. Sometimes it may be very complex to rectify and identify the employees is having some skills, and based on their skills they are asking for their pay raise. Potentially subjective and higher training cost may be required in this case. Motivation through ESOPs and PCL Construction. It's the name of the company, PCL Construction, Edmonton based company. PCL Construction is owned by 90% of its salaried employed. So salaried employees means not per hour, first of all, right? So uh, so they will be getting the salary uh, on the fixed rate, right? The fixed salary. PCL's a share ownership plan. So what is the meaning of this? It means that this company is having some ownership plan. The people can buy the share of the company. Employees can buy a share of the company later on at when they reach at a particular stage, and which motivates the employee to contribute to the organization's success. When the organization will be rising, when this construction company will be growing more and more, from their growth definitely there will be a profit, and profit will be distributed among the shareholder of the company, and shareholder are the owner of the company, right? So performance based reward says that individual reward saying that may be the bonus or the piece rate or a commission, and the team rewards may be the bonus to the team and gain sharing plans. Organizational rewards, that bonus ESOPs means sharing system and share their opinion as well, and profit sharing. So there will be sharing their options, right? So options means like you can say uh, like one of the company is having a very good profit and distribution of the profit among the shareholders according to what they are doing. So the people and the employees, they will try to buy number of shares, and that they will be a part of the organization, and they will consider that they are the owner, because that in the corporation is a shareholder or the owner of the company. Evaluating organizational rewards, Then ESOPs and share options create ownership cultures, and profit sharing adjust pay with the firm's prosperity. Problems that can be organizational reward have weak performance to the outcome P2O link. Improving reward effectiveness. Link rewards to the performance. More performance, more rewards, and vice versa. Ensure rewards are relevant. And use team rewards for interdependent jobs. So when we talk about the interdependent, one job is depending upon another one. So if one job is depending upon another one, it means if first job is done, only then it will be moved to the second job. If second job is done, only that can be moved to the third one. So it will be the all the teams, all the jobs, all the departments, all the people, and seniority wise, they should be rewarded. So the team use team rewards for their jobs. Ensures rewards are valued, and watch out for the unintended consequences. Job design. So Frederick Taylor, right? So what is saying is a job design and work efficiency. Assigning task to a job, including interdependency of those tasks with other jobs. And organization's goal, design a job that can be performed efficiently, yet employees are motivated and satisfied with work. Job specification and scientific management. Job specification, like it that definitely improves the work efficiency due to the learn fewer skills and less knowledge. So job specification means a specific department will do the specific job, not all the job, the one job at one time. That is a specifications, right? So that is known as job specialization. More frequent practice will lead to the better quality. Less attention residue from changing task, and better person that will be aligning with the job. Scientific management says that maximize work efficiencies through the job specialization and task standardization. The task is there, but that is the standardized according to the standard that you need to this particular job, particular product that you need to produce with that much of a quality and in this much of a quantity every time. So in this case, what will happen? There, the efficiency that will enhance, that will increase. Also, advocated employees selection, training, goal setting, and work incentives. Frederick, that championed specialization and standardization. Several problems with the job specifications or specializations. Low motivation and higher absenteeism and turnover. Sometimes the one job will be done for a number of years by one employee that leads to the boredom, right? There may be if the person is feeling lethargic or boring doing one thing number of time, number of years, the employee can be so lazy, can be so lenient, or sometimes that can be hazardous for the organization. Now, job characteristics model saying the core job characteristics, critical psychological states, and personal and work outcome. On the left hand side, main job features. If the skills are modified, skills are varied, tasks are identified or identity, task significance, autonomy like independence, and job feedback. So all these are the main job characteristics that are also going to change and going to change something related to the like critical psychological states. If the skills are changed, if the skills are more and more skills are required, definitely that the person will felt a meaningfulness of the work, right? And in the psychological states of mind, which are very important, that felt responsibility for the work outcomes. If the employee is getting freedom, and that person will have have a freedom to take any decision that you can say, as we discuss, an empowerment, right? Employee can take the small decisions like within the organization as per their rules, so that the performance and the output can be gained effectively. So the personal and work outcome, that will also depends upon the intrinsic value of the employees and what is the motivation why the employees are working here. And worker performance is also like some quality and efficiencies that definitely will improve based upon the core job characteristics and psychological states. Social and information and processing job characteristics. Social characteristics of the job means social interaction requirement. The job requires employees to interact with the co-worker, interact with the client, and interact with the other stakeholders. So these are the social characteristics of job. Sometimes the jobs demands that person should be outgoing, the person should be sociable, person should be extroverted, right? So that kind of skill may be required. At the time the people or organization appoint some employees, they ask a number of questions to evaluate whether the person is extroverted or introverted. Social feedback, that can be verbal non-verbal cues from the other person. Information processing demand, high task variability and high task analyzability. So high task variability says that the job duties have high variation and low predictability, motivating because of the higher information processing demand, means higher and higher information is required. On the basis of the information, then the job task will be modified, and that's why we can say there should be some variability. High task analyzability. So we talk about the analysis and use known procedures and rules, and less motivating because low information processing is required, is demanded. Frequent job rotation. So the employee is working in one department, is going to change to the another department, and again to the another departments, in job rotations, moving from one job to another, typically one or more times each day. So there are some benefits of frequent job rotation: higher motivation potential, better knowledge of quality issues, then lower health risk. Working in the same organization, there may be more chances of having health issues, right? If it also depends upon which kind of companies they are working, or what are the products the company are producing. Greater workforce flexibility. We can take an example of any bank. The one person who is just at the reception, maybe just working and talking to the client, right, as a teller. Someone, sometimes they are working, sometimes they are just working at the back end, maybe sorting their files, sometimes they are working as a cashier. So job rotation in the same organization. Now if we talk about the job enlargement, so what's the meaning of that? It means adding more task to an existing job. Job is one that what you're doing as a teller, that you have to perform this duty. Second, you have to perform this duty. Take an example of a 7-Eleven on the gas station, right? Sometimes the gas stations are also there. So what they're doing, for example, the operator or the manager have a number of duties, maybe 11 or 12 duties. They have to perform all these duties, right? So in this case, if one more duty is added, so it may be job enlargement, right? In case there may be little increase in the pay or may not be, it all depends on the job. Okay, so job enlargement, for example, uh, there are two ways. On the left hand side, you can see the traditional news team, and on the right hand side, you can say video journalist. On the left hand side, you can employee one, employee two, employee three. The three employees are performing three tasks, right? And three tasks are clubbed together is equal to the one person will be going to perform all these three duties. So that is the job enlargement. So one video journalist perform all of these tasks. Job enrichment, giving employees more responsibility for scheduling, coordinating, and planning work. Telling to the employee, this is the thing that you need to plan accordingly. You have little flexibility. You need to coordinate with the one, two, three, four departments. You have We are just giving you a flexibility accordingly that you need to schedule a meeting with all your colleagues or your co-workers or your bosses or your subordinates or employees. All right, so that is a job enrichment. Natural grouping, stitching a highly interdependent task into one job. For example, some one job is there, but some of the tasks are depending upon the another. One production department, one job is done, then it will be going to the next and to the next. The one is completed, only then another will start. There should be proper coordination between all these jobs. So there should be a natural grouping. You are not going to make an coordination from your own. Do have to do this. It's a natural in the job. Otherwise it will be very difficult for you to know like how many units from the factory that has come in the work in progress, or how many units have been finished. So there should be a proper coordination among all these three departments. Establishing the client relationship, directly responsible for the specific clients, and communicate directly with those client without interfering by the supervisor. Job enrichment. So dimension of psychology psychological empowerment, right? So empowerment means self determination. Employees believe they have a freedom and they have discretion. They consider like we are free to take some decisions, like in the college. Like we have some freedoms related to schedule, freedom related to making some examples, or the way that we teach, right? So with that, no doubt there should be some innovative ways so that the student should get right information at the right time. So that is self determination. So psychological empowerment, whether like no one is looking here to see, but all employees here in the college, that they are just doing very nicely. So all depends upon like if there is more supervision, definitely they will be just thinking about like someone is supervising us, someone is looking at us and just trying to pinpoint some of the important things. No. So this is also one way, the right and a positive way of how they can deal with the workforce. Meaning employees care about the work, meaning and believe that what they do is a very important. Competence. If we talk about the competence means we can talk about the abilities. Employees are confident about their ability to perform the work well, have a capacity to grow with new challenges. That is known as self efficacy. So employees have a feeling of self efficacy. Means, for example, like some of the bank manager, they know that they will be able to achieve their target 100% because of their capability, right? Because of their experience. That is known as self efficacy. Impact. Employee believe they are active participants in the organization, and definitely if they are active participant, then that will influence the company's success. Supporting empowerment. Job design factors are going to support to empowerment, organizational factor and individual. So job design means autonomy, automatically, like you have a freedom. Task identity, only this task that you are going to perform. Task significance, what is the importance that you're going to perform this task, and job feedback. Organization factor talk about different resources are there, some training and encourage experimentations, and trusted, that is organizational factors, that is for empowerment. If someone want to do some a different way, for example, like if I want you, all of you, to say like go to some restaurant, or maybe any store in Surrey, right? And you get some information from there, maybe the visiting card or the brochure or something, to click the photographs or something, that bring it here, that will be just the primary research related to something, or secondary research, that you do some research. It means if I'm just going to give you this kind of assignment, that will be also meant some experiments, some innovative ideas. So this is also like empowerment. Individual factors, if we talk about, possesses like skill, knowledge to perform the task, and can handle the decision making demands. Self leadership in surgery. Now we are talking about self leadership. Self leadership, what is that? Self mean like you yourself. The cognitive and behavioral strategies to achieve personal goals and standards through the self direction and self motivation. So both, you are going to direct self direction, and you are going to motivate self. You are not going to motivate other people, you are going to motivate to you to to fulfill those commitment that you have with you, right? Orthopedic surgeon Sarah call practices self leadership by focusing on positive rather than the negative self talk, and by engaging the constructive mental imagery. Elements of the self leadership. Personal goal setting. You will be set your personal goal in relation to the organization, right? I can give you one example of the self leadership. For example, if if the salary is the $5,000 per month, right? This is the fixed salary. So $5,000 into 12. So 12 into 5 is a 60,000. $5,000 per month, 12 month, $60,000. You set your target. I want to achieve $80,000 this year from the company. It means $20,000 that you can earn from the company as an incentive. So from the incentive, you need to set, if this is the car dealership company, $20,000, right? If you think like a $1,000 incentive for selling a one car is equal to 20 cars that you need to sell. And 20 car in a year, divide by 12, around to one or two cars, right? In 6 months, 10 cars you have to sell. In 3 months, around 5 cars you have to sell. It means that you're giving target to yourself to sell these cars, getting incentive. Personal goal setting is a self leadership. It happens in reality. Constructive thought pattern, self talk, positive self talk, and mental imaginary. Designing natural rewards means finding way to make the job more motivating. You need to find how I can perform this duty in such a way that will be more interesting. The job will be more interesting for me. Self monitoring, keep track of your own progress. And self reinforcement. So self reinforcement means rewarding of oneself of appropriate behavior or the achievement of a desired goal. Means you are going to reward yourself for this behavior, for this achievement. You are congratulating to yourself. Congratulate. Self reinforcement. which will motivate you to do some the same way and also in the positive way in the organization. Predictor of a self leadership predictions estimation, like individual factor may be consciousness and extroversion. Positive self concept evaluation, you are going to evaluate individual on an individual basis, right? Organizational point of view, the job autonomy means independent, empowering leaders and measure oriented culture.